Welcome, and it's a bright, bright day, sunshine, and it's another episode here with the BNP show, Bibi and Peter, and we have another exciting lineup for you
Nice.
guys. Very exciting, Bibi. I have read a very interesting article this week, and it's a little bit concerning, but at the same time, I think it's quite interesting, Bibi. I know that
An
you,
article.
I know that you don't read articles that much. I know that, so I'm gonna help you just to
Not really.
spell
I
it out.
don't read articles. I don't read articles. I'm a journalist by profession. I read articles
Exactly.
in my
So you
sleep.
write
I
articles.
read
Not a
articles
reader.
in my. I read articles in my sleep, Peter Parker. I read articles in my sleep.
You do? You read closed eyes? Are you like psychic or something?
Uh-huh. Yes. Like in my sleep, I read an article saying, "Oh, the most annoying person to ever be found on Earth, Peter Van Beek." My goodness, they have like an entire. They have your entire bio, right? And then I read that in my sleep.
Well,
So,
I'm glad that I'm in your mind, even when you are awake or asleep. That really comforts me, knowing that
well,
I'm
it
with
was
you
not meant
at
to be a
all times.
compliment. It was not meant to be a compliment. Like this is amazing.
Sound like an infatuation, but anyhow.
I just told you how annoying you are. Let me be clear, right? When you talk about something you can do in your sleep, right? Just for the benefit of the listeners, something that you can do in your sleep, something that you're very good at, like you can do with your eyes closed. So, contrary to Peter's belief, I can read articles with my eyes closed or in my sleep. Yeah.
Okay. Well, moving on to the article, guys. I've read this article and I'm really concerned about what's happening in the world, and that is that we have seen that there is a disentanglement on the social fabric within our society.
Oh my God,
Right?
Peter, what are you saying? It sounds confusing even to me. What are you saying? What is the article about? In plain English, please.
It's about people being lonely, and many young adults, and even old aged individuals are suffering dire consequences and symptoms from isolation and loneliness all over the world.
Okay, but first of all, some people do like to fly solo. Fly solo means you like to do things on your own, or you like to be a lone wolf. Do you know what's a lone wolf?
Yeah. Like
What's lone wolf?
The Witcher is
dear
a
God.
lone wolf.
Okay, for the benefit of people who don't watch The Witcher like me, what is a lone wolf?
Cowboy.
What cowboy is a lone wolf? Oh, come on, Peter. Okay, so a lone wolf is someone who finds comfort in their own solitude. Yeah, they like to be alone and they avoid other company. Yeah, so maybe the article is not correct representation.
But we don't live on a deserted island. I mean, we're not. What? Why?
Because sometimes it's like you just need to like get away from it all, you know? Like
Because sometimes I think you want to run a one-man show. Sometimes that you want to be the only star and you just want to run everything and you don't want anyone to be close to you. You don't want to,
No, I'm not saying that I want to be on a deserted island, but I'm saying sometimes there are some moments in your life when you want to be a lone wolf, like, right? So, you know that expression, no man is an island, right? You know that expression, no man is an island, that we all need the social interaction, right? But I get that. I get that the article is saying that there is a lot of loneliness, but some people choose loneliness. I don't know.
Another idiom that's also relevant is that it takes a village to raise a child.
Oh, I agree with that one. I really agree with that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's
So you need a society, you need a community, you need a environment that is healthy, and that's not a deserted island. The desert island is not a healthy environment to raise a child.
okay. So, but you said something, you told me earlier about something as though it's like the impact is almost like a cigarette addiction, right?
Yes,
What was that about?
yes. The Secretary Surgeon of the U.S. The Surgeon General, sorry, excuse me, the Surgeon General, Dr. Vivek Murthy, he compared loneliness and isolation to smoking 40 cigarettes a day. Just because of, loneliness is and isolation are linked to a range of symptoms, maybe like sleep problems, inflammation, immunity, pain, insomnia, depression, anxiety, even a shorter lifespan. I mean, we know that people are having higher risks of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, addiction, suicidality. So it's dangerous. It's dangerous to be alone, baby. It's dangerous. It's a hazard.
So it's almost they feel left out in the cold. Yeah, that's another great expression. When someone feels left out in the cold, they feel neglected by society, or they feel excluded, like they don't fit in. Yeah, fit in is when you feel like you're not part of the crowd. So is that what's happening?
I think it's also you're caught in a rut. Because of the pandemic, people were kind of. I think there's still a lot of people that are chased around by their own fears, and they have perhaps developed some disorders. Isolation can be a disorder, of course, and these people are still not able to. They still feel
Reconnect.
completely. Yeah, they still feel completely like a
Kind
fish
of
out of
reconnect
water.
with society.
just can't.
Fish out of
They
water.
just
That's
can't.
a nice one. So a
They just
fish out
can't.
of water is like you feel uncomfortable or out of place. You don't fit in. A fish out of water. Like I always feel like a fish out of water. I don't know. I don't ever think I feel like a fish out of water. I'm quite extroverted. Oh, I actually feel like a fish out of water around my sister because she's
Oh.
like, believe it or not, I'm quiet compared to her. So she's like,
you should invite her to the podcast. I would like to hear.
I know
How will you compare it?
both of you would get on. Both of you would get on like a house on fire, because
Okay.
you both extremely extroverted, right? And like sometimes I do feel like a fish out of water around her because like she talks to everyone and anything that moves. Like you cannot go anywhere with her without her engaging with someone that she knows from God knows where, right? And I'm like, oh dear God, I don't want to see anyone right now. Like I want to be a lone wolf right now. Like I just don't want to interact with someone, So yeah, I kind of can relate to that because like sometimes I feel like it's exhausting, yeah, to be constantly interacting with people. Like then I kind of feel like I want to be on a deserted island.
But baby, listen. We need to understand. There's two. This is there's two sides to this coin. You can have a sudden burst of loneliness, and you can pick up the phone, and you can call a friend, or you can have one day of loneliness, and then it's gone. But what we're talking about is acute loneliness, or loneliness for a prolonged period of time, and that is what's really harmful. It's when it persists that it starts to actually degrade physically and psychologically. And
okay,
and
so
just
what would you say? And just to
get the seriousness of this subject of this issue, the United States is launching a national strategy to advance social connection, meaning that they are proactively and intentionally working on creating more social cohesion to be able to, to just, to stop or to combat isolation.
Okay, so how? Like starting, I don't know, an online social group or getting people to attend? How do you do that?
Well, I think I think it's about, I think there's a few, there's a few projects or a few initiatives, and it's all about strengthening social infrastructure with local communities, pro-connection public policies, creating places where people can connect, reform digital environments. That we've spoken about this, social media is not a place of connection, a place of disconnection. Culture, we need to have a culture of connection, Bibi. We don't connect the way we used to. I don't know if you feel that, but we don't connect at least our children, they don't connect the way that we connected when we were young. Long-term friendships is important. Strong friendships are very important.
I get that, but again, it's like because of social media, it's difficult to combat this, right? But Peter, I do not like it when you get so serious. Like you're just dampening my spirits right now. Do you know what dampening someone's spirits mean?
Yeah, sorry to be the party pooper, but I mean, sometimes we need to get serious, Bibi. We need to get, and this is a serious issue for me. I'm really, just the listener. I'm honestly, I've dedicated my life already for the last 10 years, actually, on pro-social policy and initiatives. And for those that know me well, know that I work with social learning. That is the main approach and methodology that I use, and I really feel strongly about this, Bibi. Very strongly. It's something that really, something that strikes a chord with me.
Strikes a chord means something that you feel very strongly about, or it could be something negative. You struck a chord when you said that I'm antisocial. Yeah, it's like you affect someone in a negative way. But thank you for the very intriguing, enlightening discussion. It's not very often that we see Peter get all serious and hot under the collar. Yeah. But it was a good discussion, even though you've kind of dampened my spirits. But yeah, I think we needed to talk about your article. I did feel myself sleeping away a bit at the beginning when you spoke about the name and the doctor and all of that, but you saved the conversation. So thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, connection before perfection, guys. Please go out and connect. And if you have a friend, a family member that's not able to socialize, help them. Help them to connect, as it's...
Is it your cry for help, Peter? Is it your cry for help?
Yeah, please help me, Bibi. I'm a fish out of water. I'm out of oxygen.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a lone wolf at the moment. You're going to have to help yourself.
All right. Thank you so much. I've been doing that. Wow, that's a wrap, Bibi.
Nice to speak to you again, Peter. Keep on being the one-man show that you are. You're doing wonderfully at it.
Thank you. All the best, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.